At some point, you're going to have to make a decision, right? Some point, there needs to be a decision. There needs to be a decision made. Now, what is this decision? What is this commitment I'm asking for one to commit to themselves with, right? What is this commitment I'm asking someone to give themselves, right? And that's the commitment and understanding who you actually are. Now, here's what I mean by this. The understanding of oneself is a decision. It's a moment-to-moment decision, right? However, there's at some point in your life when you're going through things, the ups, the things that we call up and the things that we call down, right? Where there's so much chaos, there's a crisis happening at all times. There's always mistakes that we don't understand, moves that we make that put us in positions that feel impossible to get out of. At some point, there has to be a decision. There has to be a decision. And that decision is life-changing. It's a moment of clarity. It's a moment of awareness. It's a moment of wanting to understand. And now this fire is something that you can't teach. This interest is something that you can't teach. You can't teach passion. You can't teach hunger. You can't teach wanting to know. You can't teach interest, right? You can't, hey, I'm going to show you how to be interested in something. You can't teach that. There has to be a decision that is made, right? When you look at all areas of your life and you be like, okay, I don't like the position that I'm in at this current moment in time. Or I don't understand the position I'm in at this current moment in time. I don't understand why I'm in this position. I don't understand how I put myself in this position. I don't understand. I'm walking lost, confused, unaware. Life feels dull for most people, right? Dull, a dull existence, walking in dullness, walking sluggish. You know what it is to have a sluggish mind? A mind that's just, it's just not interested. It's tired. It's always sleepy psychologically. It's always foggy psychologically. How do you spark this mind? How do you get this mind to wake up? How do you get this mind to understand? How can you get this mind to make that decision, right? Because this is a decision. This is a decision you make at some point. May not be now. It may not be at this moment in time. May not be tomorrow. May not be sometime soon. But there's a point where you got to look at yourself and be like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my health? What am I doing with my relationships? What am I doing in my career, my job, in my business? What am I doing with myself? At some point, there's going to be a decision that has to be made. For most people, they drag it on. They allow themselves to stay lost and confused. They hope to stay the same while everything around them changes, right? Everything around them changes. Their jobs change, right? The people that work at the job change. The job is no longer what it used to be. The business is no longer what it used to be. The relationships you have are no longer what it used to be, right? It's no longer what it is. Hey, I've been in this long-term relationship. It's no longer what it is, of course, because we stopped growing. Hey, I have all these friends. They all feel empty. It all feels empty and meaningless, right? At some point, people hold on to that point I'm talking about, to the point that there's a crisis, to the point that something happens. Hey, I haven't taken care of my health, and then they finally get the heart attack. Hey, I haven't taken care of this relationship, or I haven't been interested in this relationship until that ends, inevitably so. Hey, this business, you're allowing things to pass you by, opportunities to pass you by. I don't want to take advantage of this. And then you lose money, you lose the business. At some point, whether it's when a crisis happens, because that's a moment of clarity, that's when the mind sparks awake, some point you're going to have to make a decision. And that commitment to yourself and say, yo, what am I doing? Right? I posted this picture yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it. I recommend you go back and see it after this live. posted this picture of me with my car saying 11 years ago, right? 11 years ago, I made a commitment to myself. 11 years ago, I made a commitment where I said, yo, I'm done. I need to understand this. I became obsessed with understanding who I actually am. And what I mean by that, understanding the mind and how it operates and how it works, right? Not from the names of the prefrontal cortex or however you pronounce it in the back in the medulla oblongata. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the understanding of the human mind. Why I do what I do. A level of awareness beyond what's normal, right? What people would call normal, where people are just operating mechanically through life. They're operating mechanically, accepting, believing, with opinions, assumptions, judgments, all these things that people are living life with, which makes the mind dull and mechanical, right? Just accepting, whatever feels good. But I had a real interest. I'm like, yo, man, my life, this doesn't make sense. Something feels off. Something's off. It's just off. Something seems off. I feel it. I see it. I move it. I'm sluggish. Is this what life is? And that little interest sparked something. Put me on a journey that I will never go back, right? I don't understand what that means, go back. The mind has been so expanded with extreme level of awareness and clarity that I will never, I won't be able to see things how I used to see it over 11 years ago, right? Now, what happened? I made a commitment to myself. I went all in on the understanding of oneself. Not just accepting, not doing some sort of personal development, not doing some, hey, I'm just going to consume and that's it. No, a real interest on the understanding of oneself. Now, that interest has opened so many doors. That interest has allowed me to see things many people can't see. Now, does that make me special? No. I'm not special. I'm not different. I'm not a guru. I'm not better than you. What I'm saying is my commitment has allowed me to see things from a whole new level of a whole new perspective, whole new level of clarity, right? The fog, there is no fog. It's HD, 4K, beyond that, right? So now I'm on here telling you guys, at some point you're going to have to make that decision, a commitment to yourself, where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're sick and tired of being in the position you're in, sick and tired of being lost, sick and tired psychologically depending on others, physically depending on others, right? Always dependent on somebody to take control of your situation for you. Always wanting others to do the thinking for you. At some point, you're going to have to make that decision. Like, yo, what are you interested? Am I interested in the understanding of oneself? Do I even know myself? Do I even know myself? That's a real thing. Most people don't even know themselves. Most people do not know themselves because they're just not interested. They're not looking. How can you spend most of your time running away from your problems, running away from your fears, looking to escape, and then expect to understand who you actually are, right? Expect to understand yourself. Anthony, I do understand myself. I love coffee. I love eating this food. I love going to do this hobby. I love watching this TV show. We're not talking about that. We're talking about truly understanding the foundation behind the moves that you make. Your priorities, your character, your habits, your patterns, your environment that you're in, all of these things combined. Your outlook on life, what you wish to be true, what you wish it was, right? Things that you want to be. These are things we need to question. We need to see within ourselves. And again, you can only have this level of interest, or you can only go down this path, if you want to call it a path. I don't even like the sound of that. You can only see this within yourself if you're interested. If you're interested, you gotta have an interest, right? Yo, I'm interested. Because it's just off. Life is just off. Like off. Something's off. I'm moving. I don't know why. It feels meaningless. It feels like there's anxieties and depressions that I don't understand. Off. Now, if you're interested in that, most people, look, 90 plus, I say 90%, 99%, 95%, most people just say this is the way life is. Isn't that interesting? Most people just say this is the way life is. These are the cards I've been dealt. This is just what has been given to me, and that's it. I just need to just accept it and allow it to be. Now, I always hear that and always look back at my situation. Growing up in the Bronx, 18, 19 years old, right? In the Bronx, right? I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York. And it was at 18, 19 years old, I started looking at things from a different perspective. I could have easily said, people like me, just accept this. People like me, just stay in this environment. I can't go anywhere else. I don't know anything else. Right? I don't know something different. I could have easily played the victim. Right? Hey, my skin color or whatever won't allow me to learn or go down this journey, whatever. Oh, I was born and raised in the hood. I'm never going to leave the hood. I talk different. How can I do this if I talk different? If I have an accent, right? How can anybody take me serious? Look, I'm wearing a hoodie. How can anybody this dude from the Bronx? You know what? People like me don't do this type of stuff. Right? People like me don't do this type of stuff. I don't have any money. I'm fucking broke. I don't have a college education. I could have easily played the victim, right? Could have easily done that. Could have easily played the victim. But what happened? I got interested. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. And if you observe closely, you will see most people just allow it to be. And what they allow will always continue. Most people would allow it to be. Right? For me, there was a mountain I needed to fucking climb. Yes, it feels almost impossible. Yes, everything around me screams, don't leave. Don't move out this environment. It's convenient. It's comfortable. Because most people get comfortable in misery. They adapt to the situation. Oh, it's not that bad. So let's just watch TV every night. It's not that bad. Right? Yeah, there's gunshots going out my window. Yes, there's people arguing and getting robbed outside on my block. Right? But you know what? It's fine. Let me watch this game, yo. Turn the game up. Let me watch this game. Accepting this. Yo, what you want me to do, Anthony? There's nothing I can do. I could have easily said the same thing. I could have easily said the same thing. And the people I was rocking with, people I used to have conversations with, most of them have accepted the same thing. Most of them have accepted that. And for me, I'm like, okay, right? That means it's an interest. There has to be a level of interest. There has to be a commitment. There has to be a moment of clarity, a moment where you can see your positioning for what it actually is. You can see, damn, I've been making these moves. I've been lost the entire time. You know what? There's a commitment. There's a decision. And that decision is made once you actually see the truth behind the moves you're making. When you see, wow, I'm not really interested. Wow, I am making excuses. Wow, I'm allowing this to continue. Wow, I'm the problem and I'm the solution to this problem. And if you take on that responsibility, I take on this responsibility, then it's extremely life-changing. So over 11 years ago, yesterday I was sitting in my car, I was thinking, while creating that post, I'm like, man, over 11 years of commitment, over 11 years of just wanting to understand, and this game is never ending. The understanding of oneself is never ending, because as I continue to become more aware, as I continue to grow, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be, as I continue to grow, my awareness continues to expand. And I see things from a totally different perspective. And it's not like I claim to know everything. That interest is still there. The interest is still there. The interest, wanting to understand the mind, wanting to understand the problems in the mind, wanting to understand the world, wanting to understand myself every single moment of my life. So what am I saying? Anthony, what are you saying? Anthony, were you okay, cool. Get to the point. What are you saying? I've said it already. My point is, at some point in your life, you're going to have to make a decision. You have to commit to yourself. You're going to have to commit to yourself to the point where you don't allow things to continue. You take responsibility. You take yourself out of this situation. You reposition your life. You learn the skills. You learn what it is that you need to learn to create something new. You don't make excuses, right? You don't allow things to continue. You don't settle for, below average. You don't settle like this is just the way, this is just what, was given to me. You learn, you expand your awareness and create something new. Who's feeling this, fam? I'm about to ask you guys for some fire emojis. Give me some fire emojis if you are loving this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm watching the comments as well on YouTube. Give me some fire emojis if you are feeling this. Huge Alma sale, by the way. AlmaCoffeeCo.com. 40% off at checkout. 40% off. Check out my stories to see the promo code. Fire. I see all the fires. I see it. Give me some fire emojis, fam, if you're feeling this live. If this is hitting you in some way, in any way possible. I don't know if it's hitting anybody in any way possible. Because that commitment, man, it's a commitment that very few people make. What kind of coffee you drink? This is my coffee company. AlmaCoffeeCo.com. Check it out. AlmaCoffeeCo.com, aka the Liquid Truth. Yo, family, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to end it off with this one line. Look, when you make this commitment, when you make that decision, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be always on, or you always have to be disciplined, or you always have to be committed every single day. I'm talking about it's a level of interest. That every move you make, every decision you make, you're looking to understand, man, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Where is this understanding coming from? Where is this thought process come from? Now, people ask me, well, isn't this too much overanalyzing, right? How can I just exist? How can I just live, Anthony? Why do I have to overanalyze a lot of things? It's confusing. I don't get it, right? It's overwhelming. I'm always thinking, should I do this? Should I do that? Where's this coming from? Where's that come from? I just want to live life. Again, how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you put yourself in this position you're in and you're not interested in understanding why, then you're going to continue to repeat the same mistakes. You're going to continue to repeat the same cycle, repeat the same moves. You're going to continue to repeat all the moves that you're making, everything that you've done before. You're going to continue to return to what is old. Because again, I'm not interested, Anthony, whatever. It's nothing. I'm not interested. Fine. It's cool. But at some point you will be interested. Because once you see where the decisions you've made is always leading you to a certain point, to this point that you are right now. And if you don't like where you are now and another crisis happened, you're going to be interested again. The mind's going to spark, whoa, what's going on? Why am I in this way? And then you're going to look for help and look for something outside of yourself, right? What I'm asking you is to make that commitment now. To make the commitment now. And that interest, you can't teach passion, you can't teach interest, right? I am planting seeds in the mind. Yo, if you're interested, commit to it, look to understand it, and recreate something new. Much love, fam. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I go live every Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I will post a replay out on YouTube, and you can go check that out. Much love, fam. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Talk to you soon. Peace.